So what we got is 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So standard interval type workout. Everything we do, with the exception of one exercise, will be each direction. So really we're looking at about 20 seconds each side or each direction. So we're gonna go, we've got 5 exercises and we're gonna go through the circuit 4 times total. All right, so the first movement, or not movement, is a lateral squat hold. Good morning, Elaine, nice to see you.
Good morning.
So the first one is a lateral squat hold, where we're just going down, trying to get to that 90 degrees at the back of your knee, but feet will be wide, be holding weight here, or you can hold down on your straight leg side, but we're just pressing that foot flat into the floor, getting down as low as you can here and holding steady. So that's number one. We're going to hold 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. Then we've got 20 seconds rest. Then we go to shoulder tap, which is one we haven't done for a while, I guess. So you're going to be in a push-up position, and then we just reach, take one hand off the floor, come up and tap your shoulder, trying to lock your hips up. So we shouldn't see your hips shifting to the supported side each time. So we want to try to keep that plank held right in the middle as you come up and tap your shoulder. All right, row. So we can do a couple different ways. If you have a band and you like a band row, you can do that. Or you can be seated and do the band row that way for 40 seconds. I'll probably just do a kind of a one-arm row where whatever hand you have the weight in goes, that leg goes back. And then we're just rowing from here, trying to keep that nice neutral posture with your spine. So you go 20 seconds on one side. I'll call out the halfway point. We get 20 seconds on the other. Squat to press. So you're gonna go squat down like a goblet squat, but the weight's gonna be held on the side, right? So instead of right in the middle, you're gonna hold the weight on your side. And we squat down into like a deep squat, like you would a goblet squat. And then as you come up, you're pressing, up towards the ceiling. Watch out for the ceiling. So yeah, it's just a goblet squat plus the press there. And finally, shuffle and touch. So whatever kind of space you have, if you have 5 feet, you can still do this. If you have 10 feet, 15 feet, whatever it is, we're just going to shuffle over. When you get to the end, you're going to do a lateral squat down to touch like you're touching a cone. Then we shuffle to the other side, down to touch. Just use the space you have available there. Okay? So that's what we got today. Any questions or anything to modify there? Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. Let's jump on the roller. All right. So starting off close to your feet, you can choose either the front or the back. We're going to do both today. And I'm giving us 3 minutes for this whole body rollout. So we can be efficient with this, just rolling back and forth. After you make a couple passes, move on to something else. So if I roll the front of my shins, I usually just stay on my front. So I'll roll my thighs. Just making one pass over everything. Part of the warm-up is the actual mechanical pressure that you're putting on the muscles. Part of the warm-up is you having to move around on the floor. You're working your way up between your knees and your butt. And then let's go ahead and sit on top of the roller, crossing that ankle over your knee, and then tilt to that side. Just a reminder, this weekend on Saturday at 2 o'clock, if you're watching this live, we have a group outing at DTE Energy Trail. So check the Facebook group. It's like a mountain bike trail. It is friendly for beginners and somewhat experts alike. So there's lots of fun stuff to do. There are whole trails that are family friendly. So I think my son's going to be with me out there on Saturday, but should be fun. The weather's looking really nice. So if you are up for riding your bike through the woods on a path, it's not a paved path, but it is pretty smooth. It's not really rocky or rooty or anything like that. So we're just kind of having an informal gathering out there, and might be a good chance to check out the trail if you haven't already, but it is a really, really nice trail. I would say premier in this area. So feel free to join us. The address is in the Facebook group. Okay. So keep your roller handy, keep it nearby, but we're just gonna give one knee a hug here and then take your other heel down to the ground. So we're gonna try to touch the back of your knee to the ground while keeping your other knee tight to your chest. So this should give you a hip flexor stretch. If you've got your knee pulled all the way up and like your sacrum on the ground, or your low back on the ground, then you can touch the back of your knee to the ground, then you're flexible enough. We don't need to go much farther than that. All right, let's switch sides. So you pull that knee in until you feel your low back touching the ground. And then we try to straighten that leg, touch the back of your knee to the ground. And good, let's go back, hold on to that original leg. Now you're gonna keep a bent leg, push your heel down into the floor, lifting your hips up. So the whole goal with this is stretch your hip flexor so that then as we go into the glute bridge, you've got a little bit more room there to push up because we've just stretched your hip flexors. 10 more seconds. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Let's come up onto your elbow and onto your side. So we're just gonna go side bridge from your knee here. So your knees are bent at 90 degrees. Okay, and then from here, we're just gonna work up and down. So it shouldn't be like a side crunch. We just wanna extend that bottom leg into the floor. If you're pushing out against the floor, should raise your pockets up towards the ceiling. Go about 10 more seconds here. If you get fatigued, no problem. Okay, remember this is warm up. So you can just hold. And let's switch sides. Coming up onto your side. Again, pushing that pocket up towards the ceiling. Sometimes we do this in warm up, sometimes we do this in the workout. It's kind of good for both. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's go back down on your side. If you have your roller, you can use your roller. Bring your knee up, prop your knee up on the roller, trying to get your knee up to like belly button height. Fingertips are going to go together, and then we'll trace a big line or a big rainbow up over your head as we open up. And we're just getting a big rotation on upper back. As you open up or as you draw that rainbow, your roller shouldn't be rolling, so you want to keep it steady. That'll mean that you won't be able to open up as far, but that's okay. And good, let's go to the other side. Tracing that rainbow up over your head. Try not to let your roller roll. If you don't have a roller, just try to keep your knees stacked right on top of each other. Five more seconds. And good, let's come up to all fours. We'll put one leg out to the side for a groin stretch, just sitting back towards your heel and moving your hips forward. We're just working hips back and forth. One leg out to the side. And let's go to the other side. And relax. So let's come on up to your feet. And two things we're going to do here. We're going to bring your knee up, give it a hug. All right, if you want some help from a wall or anything to help you balance, do that. And then we'll take that leg back for an SLDL. So we're hinging over, then we come up. So big balance challenge here. The goal would be to try to get through each side without having to tap your foot to the ground or do too much hopping around. Remember, on the SLDL, you want that back toe facing the ground. 5 more seconds. And good, let's go to the other side. Maybe you're pulling your shin up and across. So we're supporting your knee and also pulling that shin across, your ankle across in front of you. Ten more seconds. 5. And good to go. Okay. So 40 seconds on. Let's get your weight ready. Whatever weight you want to use or whatever's available. The limiting factor here is probably the shoulder press. So that means you kind of have to play to that. Otherwise, you have to have a couple different weights around. So we're going 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest in between. And we're going to get started in about 10 seconds here. So make sure you got yourself ready. Everything you need around you. The lateral squat hold is the first thing. You could very easily get away with doing this without weight, especially on the first one. Okay, so lateral squat hold, getting nice and low in 2, 1, and off we go. I'll call out the halfway point. We're just sitting down nice and deep. If you're holding weight, you can hold it up under your chin. Just 5 seconds left on this side. And switch. It's a great chance to check form. Make sure that you're balanced over your foot. Not just pressing with the ball of your foot, but also pressing your heel down into the floor. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so we got 20 seconds rest. And then we're moving on to the shoulder tap. So we'll start in a push-up position for that. Keeping everything locked right in the middle. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So this one we're gonna go 40 seconds. There's no switching. Nice and slow and controlled. Keeping your hips locked right in the middle. "15 seconds to go. 5, 2, 1, and rest. All right, good job. Row is next. Again, this is one we'll switch halfway. All right, starting in 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. You can either do this in open space or put a hand on a step or a couch or whatever. Five seconds on this side. And let's switch. Three seconds, 2, 1, and rest. All right, squat to press is next. We're squatting down like a goblet squat, but the weight's going to be on one side. And then kind of using that squat to push up into a press. And here we go. Make sure on your squat you got your feet pressed nice and flat into the floor. 3 seconds on this side. Switch sides. Remember, your squat can help press that weight up. And rest. Good shuffle to touch is next. Just moving side to side in whatever space you got. All right, and here we go, shuffle and touch. If you can get 3 strides in, that's great. Ten seconds left. And rest. All right, that's round 1 out of 4. So we're back up to the top for the lateral squat hold. If you have back stuff, all right, let's go ahead and get into that hold. If you have back stuff, probably better to hold the weight low. All right, so we're holding here rather than up under your chin. Let's switch sides. The leg that's bent, your arch should be nice and big. Pressing that heel down into the floor. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, shoulder tap is next. Five seconds. And here we go. Shoulder tap for 40 seconds, keeping everything locked up. Also check in, make sure your hands are staying under your chest, not out in front of your head. Halfway there. Ten left. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Row is coming up next. All right, 3 seconds till the row. 2, 1, and here we go. And switch sides. Five seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, squat and press is next. If you have back stuff here, again, if holding here bothers your back, we can just turn it into a plain old shoulder press. All right, here we go. So yeah, if you find that squatting down with the weight here bugs you, just stay tall, or you can even take one knee and do the shoulder press from there. Switch sides. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shuffle of touches next to wrap up round 2. Three, 2, 1, here we go. Staying up nice and light on your toes. At the end of this, you're basically getting a moving version of the lateral squat that we're going to hold in a few seconds. All right, 3 seconds. 2, 1, relax. All right, we're halfway done. 10 minutes of work left. All right, back up to the lateral squat hold. 2, 1, here we go. Keeping shoulders back, chest up. Push your hips back so you can angle a little bit with your upper body. and switch sides. So you can have a little bit of a forward lean. That's how you can put weight in your heel. So if you're trying to stay totally upright, you're going to have trouble getting your hips back. 2, 1, and rest. Shoulder tap is next. So yeah, always making sure, don't let your hands creep out to be in front of your forehead. You want to try to keep them right underneath your chest. All right, and here we go. Shoulder tap for 40 seconds. Fifteen seconds left. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Two, one, and here we go. Try to start with the hand that you ended with last time. Two, one, switch sides. And rest. Squat to press is next. All right. And here we go. So I forgot, if you have shoulder pain or overhead pressing doesn't work for you, you can easily turn this into just a floor press by laying on your back, pressing weight up towards the ceiling. I forgot that overhead pressing doesn't work for a good handful of people. All right, 20 seconds, switch sides. Three seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Shuffle the touch is next. All right, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, last round. All right, lateral squat hold in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Trying to look for 90 degrees at the back of your knee. 3 seconds, 2, 1, Switch sides. Also looking to keep toes facing straight forward. Three, two, one, and rest. Shoulder tap is next. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway. If you get tired, you can hold the plank position, no problem. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Row is next. In 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. If you want to add a little something to the row, you can rotate your hand as you do it. So your palm will be out at the bottom, palm faces in at the top. And switch sides. Three seconds, 2, 1, and rest. 2 more to go, gang. Squat to press for the last time. All right, and here we go. Squatting down, pressing that weight up on one side. Use the squat to start the press. You've already got the weight moving. Make sure belly stays strong. 2 seconds left. 1, and here we go. Switching sides. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax. Last 40 seconds of work. Shuffle to touch. And here we go. Halfway there. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. All right, that's the work part for today. Take a second. Let your heart rate come down. Remember, we're standing nice and tall. So whether you feel your heartbeat in your chest, maybe you can feel it in your neck. Maybe you can feel it in your arms. We're just trying to find that heartbeat and bring that down. So a lot of times, especially if I have like allergies or if I'm congested, I'll feel my heart rate like up here, like my nose and mouth area. So it's pretty easy to find it and help bring that down. Once you get your breath back, we're focusing on nice deep breaths. Let's take 3 more breaths and we'll call it a day. Finding that good posture. And done. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining. That was great. Good group this morning. If you can join us on the ride tomorrow, that'd be awesome. We'd love to see you guys. Again, beginners and experienced people. Everybody's welcome to join. There's a lot of trails out there. Check the Facebook group if you have any questions about where we're meeting. Just send me an email and I can get you that address. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good one.